smile that makes the sun rise. You make it shine, but I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you got style, the way your body makes my heart beat sound. It's amazing all the time. You are the only thing I need in life. Oh, I want you. Can't you see? I want you. I believe 'cause I want you. Here with me, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go crazy for love. I look at you and know it's alright. You read my mind, but I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you got style, the way your body makes my heart beat sound. It's amazing all the time. You are the only thing I need in life. Oh, I want you. Can't you see? I want you. I believe 'cause I want you. Here with me, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go crazy for love. I don't need another love. Yeah. We do this every day. We do this love for life. You got a smile that makes the sun rise. You make it shine, but I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you got style, the way your body makes my heart beat sound. It's amazing all the time. You are the only thing I need in life. Oh, I want you. Can't you see? I want you. I believe 'cause I want you. Here with me, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go crazy for love.
Welcome in, everyone, to another episode of the Triple C Show, the Clubhouse Chaotic Chat, bringing it to you on a Sunday evening. We have an amazing guest. We have an amazing panel. So sit back, relax, grab the popcorn, and enjoy the show. Tonight, in-house, we have the amazing Angela Minta, not our snickerdoodle, but she's someone's snickerdoodle, and she's the best and the only snickerdoodle. Angela Minta in the house. We also have Miss Sammy D coming in. Mama, I don't know, Mama, beautiful Mama. I don't know. I'm horrible at this, but Sammy D, welcome. One half of JSA Creations, and we are so happy that she is in house with us tonight. Next up, we've got, oh look, it's me. Hi, me. It's T. Marie's Place, your host for the evening, because there's no Pete McDevitt. He is bouncing around Disney, so tonight you are stuck with me. So it's great to be here. Next up, we have not in house with us, but usually with us. It's Miss Stephanie Kiel, who has had some prior engagements tonight, but she is with us in spirit, and we love her dearly. So, Stephanie, we love you. And Monorail Mollie, Miss Jen, the amazing Fire Bottom, as I call her, is also with us. Coming straight from the Midwest is the awesome Monorail Mollie. So, welcome to the show. Let's bring our guests in. We have an amazing show tonight. We have Pox with the Pridgens, and we're going to be bringing them in just a few minutes. But first, hit that like button, subscribe, share the stream out, leave us a comment. It lets YouTube know that you are enjoying what you see and that we're doing a good job over here. So, all right, ladies, hello. This is so awkward being on this. And Jen, you've done this before. How did it feel when you took over for Pete? Is it nerve-wracking? Is it just like, yeah, it is what it is?
You know, like at first, like as the beginning music is playing, the intro, I was super nervous. But then like the minute I started talking, I almost went into like autopilot and I just went for it and I didn't think about it and it just happened.
It just happened, and you killed it, and hopefully I kill it tonight too, and not in a bad way, because I'm waiting for the autopilot to kind of kick in, so bear with me. But Jen, happy Sunday. How are you doing today? You having a good day? Is it a good week?
Yeah.
Good weekend?
Yeah, it was a good day. Got a lot of stuff done around the house, which was good. There's always those odds and ends you put off all week long and you say, I'm going to get to it on the weekend when I have more time.
Yep.
And then the weekend comes and you realize, oh crap, it's Sunday. I got to get this stuff done. So yeah, it was that kind of day today.
Yep, I'm with you 100%.
Mhm.
Sammy, how are you doing? Happy Sunday. I hope you had a good weekend. Anything new going on with you?
Everything's going great. I just got into becoming a sports mom. It is very new to me.
Ooh.
I am happy. I also regret it.
Mhm.
I also regret it instantly just because the practices and the games and make sure you got to pack all these Gatorade, this and that. So I instantly regretted it having my son join a sport. But it is nice to see him get out there, and I'm impressed by his team sports and just getting out there and shouting for his team. And I think it's super important. The rest of it, will come together. But I did not realize how much, work goes into the moms with the sports.
Yeah.
But it does. So shout out to you guys. You guys are my heroes.
Yep. It's a task, that's for sure. But
It sure is.
yeah. And Angela, how we doing? You just got back from Disney. Well, not just, but pretty just. How are you doing?
Disney blues are setting in, but I've got a countdown already going, so looking forward to going back in a couple more weeks. So it'll be fun. I'll be with my mama. So
Oh, nice.
yeah.
You guys are gonna have
Yeah.
that's awesome. Well, Angela, since we're already chatting with you, would you like to welcome in the chat?
I would love to. So we would like to welcome in Fred O'Malley, Jennifer Caruso, Vicky Gillespie, Theo Sam Eagle, Debbie Burnfield, and Marie Dreher, Zippity Doo Dog, JD Bridge, Dis Noah, Aliens Wear Green Hats Starla. Pete McDevick's show is actually hanging out in chat.
She has more names.
Cakes 2112, Mandy Adams, Jeannie 52573, Regina Erie, The Adventure Lees, Mary, Jill Watchford, Jason Thibodeau, Simon Rogers, Ted M, Ace Diamond, Marin Memphis, Janice Disney, King Jose Vlogs, JD Skipper Brian, KJ Dino 3, Shelby J, Molly's Mom, Tim Rumpel, The Connections, Christina Pridgen, Hessen Terror, Happy's Hunt, Kay Wilby, Gitchy, and I saw the Curtis family. Oh, look, there's Sammy D. That chick right there. And anybody else sneak in? And it's me, David T. So if I missed you, I'll get you on the next round.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Angela. We had a great show last week, and I kind of thought maybe Jen could talk about what went on.
I would love to. Our show last week was awesome. We learned about, our guests were the Adventurelees. We learned about Emmy's impressive ballet background and Heather's accomplishments as a writer. We learned where their love of Disney came from and inspirations for starting their own YouTube channel. We heard about inspirations in their lives, including Walt Disney and Give Kids the World. Oh, and we can't forget Emmy's drink of the week, the grapefruit beer from the Germany Pavilion at Epcot. So mods, if you could just drop the link from last week's show in case anybody missed it, they can go back and watch. And then, as always, we encourage you to leave a comment on the show with your thoughts. You never know when there's going to be a prize. And we love to hear what you guys have to say. Good comments, bad comments, anything. We really take those to heart and want to make this the best show. So go ahead and leave your comments. I want to now pass it over to Sammy, who's going to tell us about our guests today.
Yeah, so this week we have another dynamic duo joining us, although this time it's a loving husband and wife creative team. They are both prominent faces in the Disney YouTube community, being moderators of the community channels, and one of them honored with the character Mushuf number 224. Their young channel, not even a year old, has already produced 200 videos and over 1.3 thousand subscribers. Their love for each other, Disney, friends, and family are evident in every appearance they make. Joining us in just a few minutes will be JD and Christina from Parks with the Pridgens. Angela, do we have anybody?
We do have some other people who have joined us. We have Amy Privet, Chris S., Jay Nashville, Jay Sanudo, Mark Langenkamp, Little Mermaid fan Bernita. We have Pinot Pete and Main Street Treat Company just popped in as well.
Main Street Treats.
All right. I gotta go look at my notes because I took notes. All right. I have some spicy questions that I want to ask you guys. Are you ready?
Let's go for it.
Yeah, they're not all that spicy, but they're good questions, I think, because they came from you. I asked the ladies tonight. So one of my favorite questions to ask people is, if you could have anyone ask you a question, what would it be and what's the answer? And so I put the ball in the ladies' court tonight, and they gave me questions that they wanted me to ask. And so we're going to start off with Angela. And my question to Angela is, if you could ride with Walt, what would it be?
I would ride the carousel at Disneyland. Just because that was the ride that inspired him based off the ride that inspired him to create the parks to begin with. He modeled it after another carousel, which led him to where the Disney parks are today.
That's awesome. That is a great answer. I love it. All right, Jen, my question for you is, well, your question for me for you is, if someone gave you a lifetime pass to all the Disney parks, which park would be your go-to first?
First, I would kiss that person that gave me the pass. Name my firstborn child after that. No, I would get on a plane and I would go straight to Tokyo Disney Sea.
Oh.
And I would bring like 3 extra suitcases to bring home all the merch.
Yes. Well, you need maybe 4 because we would want some stuff too.
Okay, 4.
Yeah.
I'm
okay.
5, 6, however many we need. You ever see that thing? Wait, real quick. I know we're going off script. You see that thing on Instagram? Did any of you ever see it where there's that person with that big, ginormous, huge suitcase going through the airport? You guys ever see that? Like, I need like 5 of those. I'm sure it's popped up in Instagram Reels or something.
I feel like I need to see that.
Oh. Okay, sorry. Back to the script.
Thanks. All right, Sammy, your question for you is, I'm sorry, I'm having way too much fun saying that. What is your spirit animal?
So at first, I was trying to think of like what my week looked like. So I was instantly like, hey, that would be me. That's my spirit animal, just trying to get through the week. But then my son said that my spirit animal should be otters because they're like cuddly and they're always like cuddling with their children and they fall asleep holding hands, and I always like to cuddle with my kids. So I'm gonna pick 2. If it's a Monday, I'm hey. Monday through Thursday, I'm hey. Friday through Sunday, I'm an otter.
I love that. That is such an intricate answer. I absolutely love it. Nice. Angela, before we transfer over to you, do you want to see if anybody else came into the chat?
Yes, we had a tribe called Henry. We have Matt Simbatu, who I actually got to meet this past week for the first time.
Yay.
Say hey, Matt. Ellie and Cherie Surfer Girl.
That's awesome. And would you love to introduce, because I know you would, introduce our guests and welcome them in?
Sure. So our guests today are JD and Christina Pridgen with Parks with the Pridgens. Yay.
There we
That
go.
was a lot of Molly.
Read
We like that better. Put Jen back. Put Jen back there.
No. I'll just stay over here in the corner where I belong.
No, that was great. We like you over there in the center.
Hey guys.
How's everybody doing?
Hey guys.
And thanks for being here, guys. So glad you could be here with us.
Yes, thanks for having us.
Yeah. So, if you could share with us just a short introduction to yourselves that the viewers may not know about you, just to kind of give a brief introduction to each of you. I guess we will start off with Christina.
Yeah, so
Ladies first.
Yeah, ladies first, sorry. So I'm Christina from Parks with the Pridgens, and we actually have been married 25 years now. We just celebrated our anniversary actually on September 11th, and got to go to the parks for our 25th anniversary, so that was fun. We both are parents, but I'm a mother of a 22-year-old girg. Same
here.
Yeah.
Same child.
Same child. So that's me, a little bit about me.
All right. Let's see. So we all have a story of how we arrived at the Disney YouTube community. Could you guys share with us how you arrived at to find this amazing community?
Yeah, so actually, growing up, I've always had that love for Disney, whether it be going to the parks or watching the movies. And once we got married, I kind of branched that onto him, brought him along. Then we had our daughter, so we were able to share that experience with her and started going to the parks more. And then actually my brother, Chris, the Curtis family in chat, he told me one day, hey, there's someone live streaming the parks. And I was like, what? That's a thing? So he sent me the link and I jumped on and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is amazing. So started watching them. Then it kind of took us to other streamers and I became a mod for them. And then got him along on watching live streams and he became a mod. And yeah, just kind of took off from there.
There's my life story, so we're good.
All right. So before
she got it all right. I mean, it's all right. So
Nothing you want to correct her on.
I can't. There's nothing I need to correct, and
No,
it's all
not
pretty good so far. So far, you're doing pretty good.
So far,
He doesn't want to be on
Mostly
the
Christina.
Okay, so before I go over to Sammy so she can ask some questions, I'd like to welcome in Birdwell2427, Dean the Turkey Legster, O'Connell, and Candy Mom. Cynthia.
Actually, I think, are we going to Jen first before we hit Sammy?
Oh, we are going
Sure.
to Jen first.
Okay, good. Just making
Let's
sure.
go to Jen first.
Okay, we'll come over to Jen in the corner. You just mentioned, Christina, that you guys have been married for 25 years, just celebrated your 25th anniversary. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Would you mind sharing with us the story of how you guys met? And then how did Disney become a part of your lives and your marriage?
You want me to share or do you want to talk?
You've been doing great.
So he actually was a friend of my brother's, not Chris and Chad, but my older brother. And so he started coming to the house a little bit. Then he joined our church youth group, and the youth group went to Europe on a missions trip. And so he came along, and that's when we kind of started developing feelings for each other. He had a mullet then, so he actually would ask me for hair pieces. I think that was just
ponytail. I had the ponytail. It was a different
a
time.
little
It was a different time.
a little way he could, talk to me a little bit more, trying to get them hair pieces.
It was
Christina,
funny.
we need those pictures, Christina.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was funny though, because, like she was saying, I was friends with her brother first. I would come over to the house, hang out with him, and the moment I walk in the door, she would run to her bedroom, lock the door, and would not come out until
You were
I
gone?
left. And it was that way for the longest time. It wasn't until we we both went on a missions trip somewhere in Europe together that we started to kind of recognize each other a little bit more. And, God had a big hand in that. So the rest is history.
So you didn't have anything before you went on the missions trip? You didn't kind of like, hey, I'm glad he's
Really?
going on
No,
a
I just
trip.
want to know, would run and hide.
I would absolutely say that missions trip is where we first really started joining each other. And then shortly after that, basically, one of my first memories of it, shortly after we got back, we were driving home from the church, and I was giving a friend a ride home, and she was in the back seat riding with me. And he turned to me and said, "So are you dating anybody? Are you seeing anybody?" And I stopped for a second and said, "I think I'm seeing her." And that's just kind of the rest is history.
Aw.
And then he proposed to me at a Franklin Graham crusade.
Yeah.
So it's all kind of had church and God. And then his grandfather actually was a Methodist minister, and he married us. So
Wow.
This is like the perfect segue into my next question, because I've already noticed you guys have spoken a lot about your faith with the mission trip and all of that. And my next question is, since you're both very much rooted in your faith, can you give us a little background on your upbringing and how that played a role? I mean, that's eventually how you guys came together. How did your faith and your upbringing form you into the fine people you are today?
Are we fine people? I guess we are.
You're very much fine. You're more than fine people.
So, I'll start with this one, and then you can jump in. I was always raised in a Christian home, but early in my teen years, my parents split. Had a little bit of a rebellious side, but I kind of left them and moved in with my grandparents, with my grandfather being the Methodist minister. And he spent a lot of days on his knees praying over me and sharing with me and stuff. And, I can't say there's one specific day where it snapped. It's just that hard prayer breaking through the thick skull. It finally paid off, and here I am. So that's for me, but for you.
My parents also were big into church and made us go as kids, which now, thank God for that. But my parents actually started a Southern gospel group where we actually were backup singers for them. And I come from a family of, Southern.
Solo.
Huh?
Solo, you can't hear us.
Oh, solo, you can't hear it. Okay.
Like that.
So I come from a family with 6 kids. So we had 8 total. And all but one of the brothers would travel with us as we went around to different parts of the United States. So even Chris in here, he played the drums, and he is fantastic. So we actually would go minister at different churches, conventions, that kind of stuff, ministering through song. So that had a big upbringing.
A lot of influence.
Yeah, a lot of influence and part of it.
Mm-hmm.
That eventually came to an end as finances became a little bit of a struggle for us. But we even, my parents even bought an older Greyhound bus and converted it to like a living space. So we were down to Florida,
all the way up to Michigan,
all
over the East
over.
Coast. Yeah, we
singing and
just about everywhere east of the Mississippi, with the exception of maybe New York and Boston.
Not long.
I love
God
this.
is, God is number one in our relationship, and I think that's what has got us to 25 years.
I love that. I love that you're open with that and that you can share that with us. That is just a beautiful story. I love when people are so open about speaking about their faith. So thank you for sharing that with us.
Yes.
Angela, has anyone else joined us in the chat?
Yeah, we have several people that have joined us. We have Jeanette Sebastian the Crab. We have Jeremy Heath, Lila Rose, Shaquille, Rob, aka Mr. Disney MUK, have all joined us.
Okay, now Sammy, you want to take over from here?
Absolutely. All right. So I know family is extremely important to you both. For those that don't know, part of this community includes, Christina's brother, Chris, from the Curtis family. Can you talk to us about what this community means to each of you? And we'll start with Christina.
Yeah, so actually, I wasn't planning on even mentioning this, but once I had my daughter 22 years ago, I was at a point in my life where I worried myself to death over her, to the point it threw me into bad panic attacks, anxiety, depression, that kind of stuff, to where I had to get a psychiatrist and battle it daily because this world can be horrible, and I worried about my daughter every second of the day, especially when she started school. It was bad. Finding this Disney community and having so many people that actually genuinely care about you and are supportive, and finding those friends has helped me tremendously. Of course, my husband, because if he wasn't there, I don't know what would have happened. And my family, but definitely the Disney community. You guys are awesome. Everybody in chat, you guys know how much you mean to me. So it's really helped. Just going to Disney is awesome, but then having those people there takes it to a whole new level.
I would, jump in on that because it was, when one member of a family, if it is a partnership, if it is togetherness in every way, when one suffers, both suffer. And it's not a selfish thing where, oh my God, she's having a bad time. It's my heart aches because when someone goes through that, there are no words. Oh, hi, puppy. One of the puppies just came in. There are no words for that. You can't just snap a finger, say something, and all of a sudden she's good again. It doesn't work that way. So your heart aches, your heart breaks. One
Sorry,
second.
the dog. Go ahead.
So it's a real thing. It's a difficult thing to go through. So the fact that she found this community and found peace and joy in it, and the way the community accepted her and me both, and I'll go into mine in just a second, it was just such a huge help. It gave her a new focus. It gave her something to enjoy and something to look forward to. That's all. That was just confirmation on what she was just saying. I would certainly say for me, I'm in the community because of her, and she's in because of Chris. Let me tell you, family and friends that we have found in this place, like I'm just seeing names scroll through chat, and I wish I had time to go back and say every name in there because there's so many scrolling through it now that we consider more than just chat friends, like personal friends, great relationships. I just got a text from Ted M. I love you too, buddy. It's just, there's so many phenomenal people. I see them rolling up right now. Just what's on my screen: A.B. John, David and SC, Jennifer. I can't, but every one of them are personal friends. It's a relationship that has been built through this community, but it's gone beyond that. And we're so grateful. I'm so thankful that we walked in and every one of you and everyone in this chat was standing there with open arms. There was no, there was no awkwardness. Well, maybe with KJ, Dinah, Kirsty, she's a little, no, she's one of my best friends in the world. I'm messing with KJ, but it's just the amazing companionship we found in here is just overwhelming in every way.
Of course. And honestly, nobody ever talks about like the other person. You have one person that's suffering from, we never really talk about the other partner who sees their partner suffering, and it can be very heartbreaking. So I appreciate you both of you sharing that part, because I think we don't talk about it a lot. So it's really good. So another question I have for you, who are some of your biggest influences in your life or Disney journey?
Want to go first?
Well, I've already been scolded because they don't want the focus brought on them, but
Hold on. I'm going to stop you. This is the part where you can.
I can? Okay, thank you. because without a doubt, I'll go ahead and throw it out here for one of the mods if they will throw in that link for Pete. Pete is...
We're on Pete's channel.
Pete is one of the most amazing people I've ever met. I love him dearly. His courage, his strength just blows my mind. And so I consider him a huge influence. I'm not saying that just because I'm sitting here on this channel. Most of you who have talked to me have heard me say this before. He really is a major, major positive influence in my life. It makes me want to find a better strength, a better point of view. What do I have to worry about? What do I have to complain about? Nothing. This man is incredible. So, right off the bat, by far one of the biggest influences for me in this community and in this life is Pete. So true.
So true. Thank you so much. So I'm going to transfer to Tina. Tina. Tina.
My new name.
I just changed your name.
Well, I want to give Christina a chance to answer that question first, because I don't think she got to right.
Oh, yes. I'm so sorry.
So big influence in my life. I have to go actually to someone that I listen to on a regular basis, who is Joyce Meyer. I listen to a lot of her sermons and read a lot of her books. So for me personally, I have to call her out for that. She's actually got me through and to the point where I am today. But as far as in the Disney community, I mean, there's so many. There's not one in particular. It's just everybody working together as this group that is I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but everybody together is what is drawn me to this community. Is everyone being who they are, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
The openness of everybody to accept. It's kind of what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Before we move on, I want to thank Candy Mom 15 for the $1.99 super chat. She says, "Do either of you have a hot brother that loves Disney?"
I mean,
unfortunately, all of my brothers are taken. They're all married and have wives, so I don't.
I don't think he does either. I don't know if I could call any of them hot either. Sorry, Chris.
Chris has a wife, though. Chris has a wife.
Oh gosh. All right. So I'm going to hand this segment over to the ladies, who are going to ask each of you a spicy guest question. I don't know if you. I didn't go too spicy, but anyways.
Chris is my favorite.
I'm calling Josh later.
Jen, you're up first.
Okay, my question to you guys is, what are your top 3 bucket list items?
Oh, going to Disneyland, definite. Get into Hawaii, staying at Alani.
Ohana. No, it's Alani. It is Alani. Yeah.
Going to Alani.
We ate at Ohana. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's not that. Third, moving to Florida?
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
that's hot on the bucket list. It's a definite eventually. It's the timing that comes into question.
But any family members in chat, just close your ears because they don't want that to happen. So
Yeah, understandable.
Awesome. I like it. Angela, how about you?
Okay, so before I get to my question, I'd like to welcome in David in South Carolina, Cooks for Christ Ministry, AB, Debbie Thunert, Daily Fast Fast, Here, There, Travel, Hanging with Mark's Mom, hi Glow, Jonathan Chong, Christina G, and Will the Thriller. So, you wake up tomorrow and find out you have an alter ego. Who are you, and what is the first thing you would do? Let's start with JD this time.
Have an alter ego. Who am I and what would I do?
Mhm.
Wow. Okay. Let's see. Who would I be? I would be. Man, come back to me. Go.
I would just want to be someone invisible because not, to bring out meanie Christina, but I think I would want to mess with some people that were not nice to me.
I like that.
Revenge.
I like that.
About that,
But
about that God thing, you know.
I know.
I might want to reach out to Joyce Myers.
Oh no.
That's not hard.
Now it's getting real. Okay. This is how we like. This is how it really is. Okay.
This is how it really is. Okay.
I'm going with Simon's answer. Yeah.
You want to be Gordon? Oh yes, that's the meaning to be Gordon Ramsay.
I love food, and if you get on my nerves, I might need Joyce Myers as well.
You need to know how to cook because he doesn't know how to cook anything.
Yeah.
He cooks nothing. So, what? Something on the steak, something on the grill, steak on the grill. That's about it. So he needs
It's
to
not a
be
bad thing.
You know what?
daily fast fast. So we need honest answer. That's right.
Yeah. Tyler.
So I have a question. What is one Disney ride that you feel like is relatable to you as a person? Christina?
That's a good one. I know yours. Yours is poo, right?
Well, the last few days were, I got into some food. I'm sorry. Let's move on.
She went there. She
Totally did. She
We
did.
always make jokes about the poo ride. Every time we get ready to go home poo. So
we're one of those channels where we not only encourage it, we give prizes for the best poo joke when we pass the poo rides.
Oh my god. Relate to, oh my. How about my favorite ride, which is Guardians? Because it's a thrill ride. Don't I thrill you?
Wow.
This interview started so like mellow and faith, church, mission.
Watch out.
Graham was even name dropped, and now, like
The non-spicy questions turned spicy after all. All right, here we go. Oh gosh,
I love it. I love it.
Angela.
Well, so repeat the question again, because we kind of went off the rails there. What ride?
What ride resembles you as a person?
Resembles me.
Chris, and I'm plugging my ears. Kirsty said, are you blushing?
I'm along for the ride, literally. I think relatable to me would probably be
That's a good question.
That is such a good question. I'm trying to think of something that's kind of a medium pace ride because that's how I like to live my life. So, like maybe Flight of Passage. It's not the fastest ride. You're really just sitting still. I like to move around life at a steady pace. I don't like to go too fast. I don't like to go too slow. So any ride that has kind of a medium pace would be kind of representative of how I am.
Okay. All right. All right. So I'm going to pass this to Angela.
Okay. We had a couple people slip in during that segment. We have fans of Green Bay Packers, Betsy Riviera, and theme park casuals.
Hi, Danny.
So, your channel has grown exponentially in such a short year. Can you describe your creative process and how you find inspiration?
So the process has kind of been evolving because we started out and still are by definition a part-time channel because we live in Raleigh. We don't live down there, which we're working on that part of it. So it started out just with some friends encouraging us to build a channel. We did so in a way where it was just meant for people to come hang out with us. Is there a fly in here? And just as we're going through the parks, we love to have our friends hang out with us in the chat and just enjoy. And it just kind of continued to evolve into something a lot bigger. And now we're really looking forward to moving forward, building something meaningful. We'll get into what's happening in the next year shortly. But, it's become that with influence of several great channels, I guess some of the most influential channels to us. I want to make a quick shout out to Cherie.
I think we'll get into that later.
Well, I guess so. Yeah, I guess we'll get into that question later. That question's coming up. But, as far as influence is concerned, I would say maybe Zippity Doo Doug, Cherie, Living the Magic. They've had a lot of influence in our channel. They've put a lot of effort behind the scenes to help us out. And then more recently, the Adventurelees, who we've fallen in love with. But, I could stand here all day and sit here all day and talk about all the amazing channels who've got in there. I don't want to leave anybody out. Everybody knows, how much you've helped us. It's just so many of them. Lots of great friends.
Yeah.
Just had that tremendous support. Yeah.
Right. What are some tips and tricks you can offer someone who wants to start a channel but doesn't really know what they should do?
First and foremost, be yourself.
Be yourself.
Yeah.
People want to see the true you. They don't want phoniness. The viewers, because when we got in, and I'm not going to sit here and pick on channels, but we picked the ones that were most genuine. We listened to them. We listened to them talk about themselves, talk about their families, and those were the ones we immediately fell in love with. That's what we think most viewers are looking for. Who's genuine, who's having a good time, who is
positive.
Who is positive. Positivity is extremely important.
Yeah. I know oftentimes people can pick out the people not being genuine like that.
And like Simon said,
yeah.
pick a great first mod. Got you, Simon.
That's awesome.
All right, so I think we're going to go over to Jen, and she's going to ask you a few more questions.
I want to go back to the whole JD and Christina story of your honeymoon. I hear that it was a very interesting story, something about a hurricane. And can you tell us a little bit about that?
You want to go first?
So, because of our love for Disney, when we got married, we wanted to go to Disney for our honeymoon, but that didn't quite happen.
So, we got married, we started our drive down, and there was this hurricane floating around in the ocean.
Well,
and
first, our car broke down.
oh, that's right. The car
Remember?
broke down on
Our
the way.
car
so
broke
we-
down in Lumberton.
Yeah.
So that stalled us today.
That's yeah.
And
So
then-
we were a
and
day
then it was
behind.
yeah.
So we started driving. That's Lumberton for who those of you who don't know. It's a small town right on the border of North and South Carolina. So we're on the way down. We finally get that fixed, get on the road, start driving towards Florida to go to Disney World. And the hurricane turns straight towards Florida, starts to head straight in. We're being told that they may even consider closing Disney World. We look at each other, said, why don't we just U-turn? We're really close to Myrtle Beach. We'll just go to Myrtle Beach and kind of wait it out. So we did. We got to Myrtle Beach. We enjoyed an evening there in Myrtle Beach, went to our resort, slept, woke up the next morning, and they were evacuating Myrtle Beach. It had turned north. So we got in the car and we looked. I'll just go ahead with the whole story. We looked at the traffic and everybody was driving north. You couldn't get out of town. So I was like, all the lanes going south are closed or are open. There's nobody on them. So we drove south towards the hurricane and circled around onto the main highway and got out of town. And it ended up being great because apparently a lot of people just never got out. It was just madness. So we started driving up the road and the hurricane caught up with us. By the time we drove back into Greenville, North Carolina, we were going through just flooded roads, water everywhere. Got home, spent the night as the hurricane blew through. Next thing you know, we woke up to Greenville being an island. You couldn't get out of Greenville except by air. It was unbelievable. But yeah,
we didn't really get a honeymoon.
We didn't get a honeymoon. All that to say, no honeymoon.
But we're making up for it now. So.
Yeah.
I was going to say that now's the perfect time then to take that trip to Alani. The
There
honeymoon you never had. There you go.
Yes. That would be a good idea. See?
Yeah.
Okay, you have those ideas.
I don't have the money.
Well, you told me you were rich.
Oh, that's okay. We have an inside joke. People ask us, how did you talk her into marrying us? I told her I was rich.
Oh boy.
Turns out I lied.
I gotta work now. Liar.
Oh my goodness.
Oh boy.
All right. I want to talk a little bit about Disney. Let's talk about that for a second, about Disney festivals. How many festivals have you guys attended? And can you tell us which one is your favorite? And then is there a must-do festival that you want to encourage everybody to go to?
My favorite is the Flower and Garden Festival. We just became empty nesters a little over a year ago, and we finally were able to go whenever we wanted to go. So that being said, our first one was the Flower and Garden Festival, which I had always wanted to go because it was in the spring. Lexi, our daughter, was always in school, so we weren't able to ever go, take her out so we could go attend. But just seeing all the beautiful flowers, the topiaries made into different characters, it's just beautiful to me. So especially coming in the park, riding the monorail and being able to see everything from up above it's just beautiful. So I'd definitely say if you have a festival to go to, check out the Flower and Garden.
Nice. What about you, JD?
Food
Would you
and
agree
wine
with that?
because food and wine because there's so much food.
I want to interject for a second. So when we sent the questions, so JD's line that he wrote in for the answer to this question was food and wine because food. And I was like, that is.
I told him there's food at all of them.
Yeah, but they advertise food in this one. So.
I love it.
Oh my word. All right.
Well, I think we've been to all of them now. We went to
have.
the Festival of Art, the Food and Wine. Are we leaving one out?
Oh, that's another. I didn't even think about that one. I love the abbreviation for Festival of the Arts.
Of course. That's like every guy's answer, I feel like.
I love it.
I'm surprised you didn't say that one.
You know, he likes poo. He likes spots. I mean,
There you
there
go.
we go.
Now y'all know him. That's it.
Sorry, Pete. I went there on your channel. Before, it is my turn, right, Jen? You were done with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, Tina. Go for it.
Before I get into the next set of questions, I just want to ask
Mhm.
Angela if any new people came into the chat.
We've had Tiki Man fan.
Hey, Tiki
Take
Tim.
it, Tim. Before
right,
you ask
so-
us, I have a question for you, Tina. How do you pronounce our channel?
Oh my god.
Hawks with the Pridgens.
Hacks.
Hawks with the Pridgens. Oh, all right. So let's do something really fun. So we're gonna talk Disney favorites. Each of you tell us your Disney favorites. I'll just say a word, and then you'll tell me what your favorite is. Tina can start first, and then JD can go next. So the first one is your favorite park.
Magic Kingdom. The castle, all the rides there. I just love Magic Kingdom.
Nice.
There's always been a toss-up for Epcot and Animal Kingdom because I like nerd things, and so I probably lean a little more towards Epcot.
Did you say nerd?
Nerd things?
Nerd.
Yeah.
Okay, you did say that. Okay.
Yep,
Cool.
yeah, very geeky things. So Epcot has always appealed to me.
Okay. Favorite ride.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Hands down.
Favorite Disney ride is Tron. Favorite ride is what's the Universal one? Forbidden Journey.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Chris and Tower Terror for you?
Yeah, not happening.
I'm with you. I'm definitely with you on that one. Favorite character, Disney character.
Tinkerbell. I love Tinkerbell.
Baymax.
Okay.
Cool.
Favorite Disney song.
Oh, I think right now it's the whole Happily Ever After. That just gets me every time I hear
Love
it.
that.
Yep. Too.
Yep.
I didn't think about the fireworks show. As far as songs from movies, I think you have to put "Let It Go" at the very top. It's just it hits right.
Definitely. All right. Favorite spot to relax or people watch.
It was on the Ellen DeGeneres ride before they closed it, but now I'm gonna have to say People Mover.
Without a doubt.
It's a good one.
That's a good one. Favorite Disney resort.
I have a couple, but thanks to Ted M in the chat and graciously allowed us to stay there, I'm gonna have to say to Polly. The only downfall, they don't have dresser drawers.
There's not a lot.
I don't understand.
For such a great resort, there's not a lot of drawers in there for you to put stuff in. That's really weird.
No drawers. There's drawers in the bathroom.
For me, it's definitely Riverside.
Nice.
I love that.
Me too.
So, all right. Favorite Disney snack.
The cream cheese filled pretzels.
Oh, I just learned about this.
Any Starbucks in any of the parks.
Dole Whip for you, right?
I do like Dole Whip. Yeah.
Pog juice.
I do.
That's your new favorite.
I do like Pog juice.
I'm telling you what your favorite.
Thank you.
Spoken like a true wife, right?
Right.
Thank you.
All right.
I do like
So,
Pog juice.
continuing the fun, we're going to do a rapid fire friend game, as I totally just labeled it. I'll give you the name of someone in the community, and you tell us the first word that comes to your mind.
Oh,
God.
no. Oh, no.
Okay. So, JD, we'll start with you first this time.
Stop
Ready?
with me. All right.
Zippity doo dug.
First word.
Genuine.
Okay. Tina?
Oh, I do Doug too?
Yep.
First word, right? First word.
First word. Come on.
Doug is hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that's good.
Jennifer Caruso.
A natural.
Great one. Love
She's
that.
a natural extreme.
Natural. Natural.
Mhm.
I have to agree with hers. Yeah.
All right. And next one, Chris Curtis.
Just laugh.
Where's the mute button? Hold on, I'm gonna find the mute button.
Listen, let's talk about Chris Curtis. Chris Curtis, when we were younger, would sneak in my room when we're supposed to be sleeping on his hands and knees, sneak in there, and then just scream or freak me out so I get in trouble. That is Mr. Chris Curtis there.
So troublemaker.
I mean, the only word you could really use is hilarious. You know,
He's a comedian, that Chris Curtis.
he really is.
Nice.
Oh my God. So I'm going to guess he's the younger brother then.
No.
Really?
He's the middle.
Okay. All right.
If you knew the younger, he's even worse than Chris.
It's a family of
Oh.
6, by the way. Family of 6, 3 girls,
Okay.
3 boys.
My goodness. The Brady Bunch.
Yes, legit. That's
That's awesome. I love that. I love it. JD, did you have a word for your brother-in-law?
Just hilarious. He's so funny. He's always got you laughing. You know, if when you're with him, you're going to be laughing.
Gitchy says, Chris, I like you so much more now. And Doug says, my 19 cousins.
And we love Gitchy a lot, by the way.
Chris is the favorite.
Next thing I'm going to throw at you is Candy Mom 15.
I don't know if I know her. You know her more in chat.
Cynthia. I love Cynthia because I come into a lot of channels very late, and she's always very quick to update me on what I missed. So I would say informative.
Informative. That's a good one. I like that.
Good.
All right. Gitchy.
Gitchy. Gitchy is I love Gitchy because she harasses him.
It's true.
Yeah. She gives him a hard time, and I love it.
So Gitchy and I we go at each other a lot. It's so much fun. But
Very supportive.
I was gonna say, what do I call Gitchy? Power mod.
Mm. She's really good. I've seen her in your streams.
Yeah.
All right. Next, the Eventuallys.
Love it.
Oh,
Kind. So kind. I just, 2 words, big hearts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very loving and have big hearts. 100%.
Yep.
love it.
We knew the moment we saw them, there was a connection there.
Oddly enough, it was through Pete that we met them. We were hanging out with Pete, and they were
And Jen
hanging out
was
with they were hanging out with Josh and Jenna, and we all met up, and we fell in love right away.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Last thing I'm going to throw at you is Pete McDevitt.
Inspiration.
The Godfather.
Nice.
I accidentally
love
said the grandfather last time on stream. Pete the grandfather. Remember? And you were like,
Not
oh,
yet.
I don't think it's the grandfather. And I was like, oh no.
Oh, boy.
Not yet.
I saw Stephanie in here, guys. I want y'all to know I'm so sad Stephanie couldn't make it tonight because we've known Stephanie longer than just about anybody else. Very very few people have we known longer in this community. And Allison A, who just popped in chat right at the same
That's
time.
awesome. That's awesome. All right. So before I toss this over to Sammy, I want to ask Angela if we need to welcome anybody else that came into chat.
Yes, we have Allison A, Stephanie Kiel, Paul Engel, and there he is, Dad Builds.
Chris,
Mr. Snickerdoodle. All right. Sammy, take us to our final segment.
Let's do it. So we ask our enhancers and creators of the community to share with us, contents that they love. Tonight, we want to talk about which, are the 3 most impressive channels that you both follow. And the first one I want to go with is Surfer Girl 326.
Cherie.
we
Sorry, go ahead. I think they're showing all over.
oh go ahead. Are
Can you give
out?
us a little bit about Surfer
Okay,
Girl?
so I want to explain something real quick. We love, and me especially, I love new channels. I love channels that are just getting started. I love to support them, help them out any way we can. And Cherie has actually started a channel, a really fun one about pins and stuff. And someone else that we've met in person that we have developed a phenomenal friendship with. We love her very much. We got to hang out with her in Myrtle Beach. And I just felt the need to throw her in here. She's just such a genuine, kind person. And, I want to support her any way I can because she's a lot of fun to hang out with. So I certainly wanted to put her in here for sure.
All the pins she shows, they're fabulous. You should see her collection of pins from Lady and the Tramp to Stitch. Like, she's got tons of pins, and her vlogs come out on Wednesday, typically every Wednesday. And it's a fun channel.
And I want to clarify something real quick. For those of you, you guys know, if you look at our channel, we have partner channels. I left you guys off of this because you already know what you mean to me. The partner channels, you are not in this particular group, but you guys know I love you very much. This was about some other channels on top of you guys.
The next one is Mouse Talk.
I've been following Walt and Melissa around for a very, very long time. Their kindness, their energy, the laid back vibe, just it's so much fun to just sit there. You find yourself laughing. You find yourself just riveted. If I could be like another channel, and nobody should try to create their channel after another channel, but if I could, this would be the channel.
And DFB Guide.
So once Chris, got me hooked on watching live streamers and vloggers, the DFB Guide is my go-to channel for basically learning anything new that comes out about Disney. Their food reviews, a bunch of info. AJ, who is the main host on this channel, is amazing. So I get a lot of my information from the DFB Guide.
I love that.
But definitely want to shout out Doug, our partner channels. Doug has been a big help to us starting up our channel. He's behind the scenes a lot, talking to JD, and so definitely want to holler out Zippity Doo Doug.
I don't think we were supposed to do this, but I'm going to do it real quick and just kind of move on. But the partner channels for us are Zippity Doo Doug, Live in the Magic, KJ Dino, Christy Jane, and the Adventurelies is our latest partner channel.
That's awesome.
That's
You guys
awesome.
have a solid group right there. So
That's awesome.
absolutely.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Angela, do we have any new viewers?
We do. Philip Standing. Hey, London calling.
What's up, buddy?
Joey D finally decided to pop in and
Oh.
take a break from football.
We'll give him a break. He's watching the baby. We'll give him a little break.
Okay. Yeah.
Good to see you.
Wait a minute. Is he taking a break from football or from watching the baby now?
I think we're
Your question.
football.
I
And
hope
actually-
football.
And the baby, maybe. Who knows? We'll never know.
Oh my word. Angela, you want to give us a recap of today's show?
I would love to. So once again, we had another amazing show with some amazing guests. We learned about an amazing couple, JD and Tina, and their fastly growing channel, Parks with the Pridgens. We learned about their faith and their love. We heard great stories about their lives and their upbringings apart. And we also learned about their Disney favorites. I would encourage everyone to make sure to make a comment on the show and thoughts about the interview, and because you never know when we may do a prize giveaway.
Absolutely. All right.
And I think we're going to head over to Jen, who's going to talk about next week.
Yes, next week's guest. Let me grab that slide real quick. Hold on. Next week's guest is.
What are you doing? Oh my goodness. Why are you barking like a dog? Are you a dog?
Oh! What is this? How did that get in here?
Puts that out for the longest time because I was in my t-shirt. I was like, no, don't put that out there.
I came home
and she didn't.
Every time she comes home from work, the dogs lose their minds and are at the door waiting for her. So one day I just jumped in and started doing it as well.
Is your face match? Does it match?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Guys, can I tell you that also broke my heart just a little bit? That golden retriever about 2 years ago, right about now, I lost her. And she was very important to me.
I'm so sorry.
But I came home from work one day and the dogs always, are that crazy at the door. And then here he is. So of course I had to whip out my phone and record that. And this is the first time sharing it.
It's the first time this has ever aired anywhere.
So I didn't realize it was that old of a video.
Wow.
Right at 2 years.
You held on to it for that long.
He wouldn't let me.
Nope.
And I was
Like waiting for the right moment.
Right. Exactly.
See, you can't blame her. You blame the Triple C show. It's the Triple C show fault for showing that.
That's it.
I don't know how we got it. It's just it's here.
Right.
No, we're good. We're good. So funny. She has wanted for so long to be able to share that. I'm like, no, I'm in my undershirt.
All right. So now for real, let's go for next week's show. Next week's guest is another amazing married duo, but this time straight from the West Coast. Our California adventure begins a series of wonderful Disneyland themed creators with a strong, amazing woman who could crochet her way out of a paper bag and a husband whose hair rivals even the best of Fabio's. With an incredible following of 1.91 thousand subscribers on their YouTube channel. Joining us next week will be the rocktastic dynamics of Donnyland. So looking forward to that.
That's exciting. I can't wait for that. It's gonna be
Look, he said it's his fault.
It'll be so fun.
No, Pete, it's okay. You don't have to cover for us. We got you. All right. As we close out the show tonight, I want to thank our guests, Pax with the Pridgens. Yes, there's yes. And it's not going away anytime soon, ladies and gentlemen. They've delighted us with being our guest tonight, and we couldn't have been happier. I want to highlight tonight's streams following us. The Disney Bakers live, and Chris Dad Builds will be live at 9:00. So make sure you go over and check out all the friends and tell them that we sent you if you are not a frequent flyer of either of those channels. And drop them a subscribe if you like what you see, and a like. I want you just highlight our guests' social media tonight, please. All night our mods have been dropping the links in the chat, so make sure you're clicking on those links, interacting, connecting, because that's what we're all about, is making connections. I want to remind everyone about the Triple C's Instagram. Go over, make a follow. You never know who's going to post something wacky or fun or amazing or beautiful or sentimental. And you never know when there might be a giveaway over there. So make sure you are following the Triple C's Instagram. You will not regret it. I'd like to ask our guests first. We're going to do our final thoughts. We'll start with the Pridgens, and then we'll circle it back to Jen, and then make our way back to me to close out. So JD and Tina, final thoughts of the night.
I'll start this one. I just want to say a couple of things. Our daughter is getting married next year. We're so proud of her. We love her very much. She refused to let me power wash the deck and do the wedding in the backyard. So it's going to get expensive. So what does that mean for us? Right now, we're trying to figure out our ways to still bring content, still get to the parks. But right now, we have to focus on taking care of that for her. We want her to have her dream wedding. And we're willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that happens because she is our only, and we love her very, very much. So we could see a little bit of a dip in content in the short term. There may be a surprise stream in November. We're working on some details with some of our friends right now to see if we can make it happen. But other than that, things will get a little light for the early part of next year. But the goals for late 25 or maybe even early 2026 are very high. We have some big plans for that. So be patient with us. Hold on tight. There will be a lull, a small lull, but it'll pay off in the end, I promise.
Awesome.
Thanks for having us on. This was really fun. And Tina, you did a great job.
Tina, you did fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you.
All of you did. We love you guys so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Jen, your final thought of the night.
You guys, I love both of you so much. I have such great memories of seeing you guys in the parks and riding that people mover when Pete rode the people mover for the very first time. I will never forget that we shared that with you. So that's top of my memories. So, and thank you for sharing the personal side of you guys tonight. You know, it's very easy to see the Disney side, the streaming side, the chat side, but we don't always dip into the personal stuff. So I just want to say thank you for being open with us tonight and showing us that side of you guys. So love you guys. Thanks for being here.
Yes,
Thank
you. Love you.
Sammy?
Well, this was a great show. Thank you guys for coming on and sharing your love story. It's so nice to see, 25 years is a long, long time, and it's such a rare thing to see, and it's so beautiful. So, congratulations, guys, and thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you.
Angela.
Thanks, you guys, for coming on. It's been great getting to know you guys a little bit more. I've always seen you guys in chats over the past few years, and the fact that you've gone to the content side from the chat side has been absolutely amazing. And then let's give it to our girl Tina over here, who wrote the show and has been leading us all night. She has totally killed it and rocked it. Love you, girl. Go out. Share our friends, support our friends.
Michael.
Yep.
Gifting on medal. Sorry, one of our friends made a comment.
What are
He couldn't hold that one back.
I get a medal, yes.
No, but Angela's right. Make sure you're supporting everyone else, guys. Hit the like button on the video, subscribe. And Angela, before we sign off, I always do this for my final thought of the night. Do you have anybody else that you want to welcome in, even though we're ending the show?
And Mara just popped in.
Mike.
Darn, I
Peanut.
guess we had to start all over again just for Peanut.
To the beginning.
All right, guys. Before we send you off over to Baker or whoever else that you decide to watch, to Disney Baker, my final thought of the night is thank you for letting me be here and be a part of this. My first time hosting. I am just the fill-in, and the fact that I'm hosting a show is just kind of blowing my mind. I was very nervous, and I'm glad that kind of eased in. So thank you for being gracious. Thank you for coming and spending an hour and 14 minutes with us and being a part of this family. I'm going to say the same thing that I say on my own channel. If you're struggling through anything, pray it out. What's the worst that can happen? You might get an answer to prayer. Be kind to everyone, because you never know who's suffering through a battle that you know nothing about. And think of a wonderful thought, any merry little thought. Jen, take us away.
You got a smile that makes the sun rise.